Alright, welcome back everybody to the MFREC League. Sorry about the wait. We are going to finally get underway here. We got a game tonight between the Guangdong Tigers and in memory of Paul. I'm going to start off saying I apologize if I'm not as excited as I normally am. I am currently suffering through a cold, so I might not be as energetic or shoutcasty as I normally am, but I'll try and get through it. Let me pull up this 1 second. So I believe each team is going to have uh, one sub. I see XCal subbing in for presumably Moon, and Recklets is subbed out for Orion. So each team going to be having one of their members missing. So hopefully it's not too bad. Try and keep it. I feel like it's not going to change too much of the dynamic. I think Orion's pretty skilled jungler. And XCal for Moon is it's probably fine. XCal doesn't play too much mid lane. Be seeing Brand, Acel, and the Poppy banned away, and Twitch, Zeri, Caitlyn. So just gonna be triple banning Zeri away. In doing so, for blue side, they left open Lilia, which is Orion's kind of one trick at the moment. Well, not the moment. He is a Lilia aficionado. He plays it a lot, so taking that away from him is going to free open their draft and not make them have to waste a ban on it. In response, Spooky actually going to be picking up the Renekton there in the top lane, so just going to get him on his one trick at the moment. And Orion actually going to opt to go for the Kindred instead, so I'm going to look to, I believe that's a counter pick. I mean, he knows Lily in and out, so he probably knows it's a good matchup if he's willing to pick it. Alright, and in response to the Renekton pick, we're actually be seeing the Aatrox locked in there for the top lane, so gonna opt to go in for the skill matchup. Now, Renekton wins the game early, but once they both get tabbies and one item, Aatrox starts to slowly outscale. But you know something you can outscale? You can't outscale Factor Box. It's the official sponsor of the MF League. Check us out right there in the box right there. You can get 50% off your first box and 20% off next month's order using the promo code the MF League. So yeah, check us out there. Jumping back in, we're gonna be seeing the Vigar picked up for Andy here. So we're just gonna grab one of his champions. He's very, very affluent on the Vigar. One of his main champions, and with the Vigar locked in, they're gonna look to start targeting some of the mid lane champ pool. So be targeting the Castodin as well as the Zac. So don't want to deal with either of those. And blue side going to be banning away Ash Leona from in memory of Paul's bot lane. So going to take that away. It's going to be interesting to see what they go in. I wonder if they're going to go for like a Braum, why am I they're hovering Braum at them. I was going to say maybe like a Varus Alistar. Gonna lock in the Braum, so we're gonna grab the counter pick into the Nautilus here. Now, what are we gonna see locked in? Now, with the Ashe banned away, that's typically the Callista counter, but I don't typically like Callista as an AD carry. So they're going to lock in the Jhin, which is a bit surprising, especially into the Braum. Typically, Braum is a pretty good pick into Jhin because you can block the fourth shot using your shield or just tank most of the shots in general. So we're going to see the Talon locked in. Okay, so Talon is going to be locked in for Len here in the mid lane. They're going to be sending XCal top lane on the Aatrox. And gonna get that counter pick into the Vigars, so this is gonna be interesting. This is the first time we've really seen like a AD assassin in the mid lane this year. They first picked Lilia because they're taking it away from Orion. That's the reason why they V1 Lilia. So they don't have to ban Lilia, and then they don't give it over to Orion. Yeah. Alright, final pick locked in is gonna be the Sivir. So Sivir's interesting. I don't actually know. I feel like Jin just kind of shits on Sivir really hard. I don't feel like that's a too good of a matchup. I don't really know why you're saving Sivir for R5. Who knows though? Yeah, looking at the stats, it looks like Jin shits on Sivir pretty hard. It's like a 54% win rate for Jin, so that's interesting. Now, it is one of Spooky Action's champions. He does like to play a lot, so it is comfort. I just don't think it's a good Sivir angle. Samira Braum is okay, but it's not that good. I need to think. What's like an 80 carry counter to Jin? Okay, seems like mostly mages are the counter to a Sivir. Which honestly, I mean, no, you can't go a mage with Braum. That's so troll. Unless the only mage I can think is maybe Swain, because he does auto attack a lot. But who knows? Alright, looking at the team comps just in general, we do have the Aatrox Renekton matchup in the top lane, which is very volatile. Now, Xcal is a former Diamond player, so he at least knows how the matchup goes. I don't know if he's played a lot of Aatrox into Renekton, but it is a pretty decent skill matchup that's slightly Renekton favored in the early game. But like I said, Aatrox will outscale. I'm assuming Kindred's really favored into Lilia because Orion wanted to go for it. I love the Lilia, or I love the Kindred just because it counters Jin. You know, it counters all the hard engage. So this team comp, they're just pure dive. They want these three going in, these four going in, and Jin just gonna be fucking shooting barrages. But the good thing is that they have Braum, Vigar, Kindred, three champions who are really good at disengage. So I think it's actually pretty favored for red side this game. I would assume so. Lucian good end again? Lucian good end Jin? I don't know. I think that matchup's support dependent. It's like a 52% win rate, so it's somewhat Jin favored, but it's probably dependent on the support. I think honestly, yeah, Lucian Baram would probably go really hard here, but unfortunately, Sedgelover just isn't an 80 carry player, so not gonna be seeing any of that busted out. Oh, just game one? Okay. Well, you won't be able to play Kindred game 2 if you were thinking about it. Now, remember, this is a different format than MST. MST is currently using the ban format number 2. So for game 2, the only champions that are going to be banned are the champs that the teams picked. So the MMRay Paul won't be able to pick these 5 characters, and the Tigers won't be able to pick these 5. Reckless will surely get his Diego, true. Alright, I'm gonna close the prediction. You guys, I'm gonna give you like 20 more seconds. If anyone wants to do a Gamba, you have 20 more seconds. Once this hits 1, I will close it. Three, two, one, and submissions are now closed. So If you didn't get it in time, too damn bad. Let's see. So Len's actually opting to go for the Electrocute Ignite variant. So he's playing to win lane and try and roam a lot. He's not really playing for a lot of I know a lot of Talons like to go like first strike TP and just scale up to like 2 items and then just start, messing around with the map. When you play Phase Rush, it's been a while since I played Talon, but typically it's into lanes where you kind of need to just go for a quick trade and get out. I know. I think you go in like Orianna type lanes. That's just gonna like want to return trade on you. But also Andy opting to go for like Comet instead of First Strike as well. So playing for a little bit more lane oriented poke. Comet does scale well on Vigor just because of how much AP he gets. That later on it's gonna do a lot of damage still, but we'll miss the extra gold generation from the First Strike value. Let's see. Yeah, a quick invade from Orion here. Who's on? Actually on the Alright, top lane gonna DC right as the jungler is getting forced off of his red buff. Hopefully XCal will be back soon. Oh. So Kuzan gonna get forced off his red buff here. Orion probably just should be able to grab it. He is a little scared because Len can move. So probably won't be able to grab this. Who the hell is just joining? Okay. Yeah, like I said, Len's gonna be here, He's gonna give it up, but he will be at least able to get the 50-50, so gonna be able to get the first mark of the game. It's not bad for him. Messes up Lilia's tempo and forces an early base out of her. One thing, Spooky or Sedge Lover's actually doing a pretty decent job. Actually ahead in CS of there. Decent trade by Spooky Action. Does hit 2 Q2, so excuse me. We're gonna miss a W. Oof, don't want to do that. You generally want to queue into Aatrox when you have the rage bar stacked up. Kinderling gonna get caught out here by the Braum stun from the passive. Flashing forward is Orion to try and block him out from getting to the Q to the wall. Another Braum passive gonna come up. They need to get one auto. It's gonna be first blood going over to Sedge Lover, but that's gonna be 2 kills in return going over to Zaire. Yumi Bot gonna be able to W out, so not the best trade for In Memory of Paul there. Fortunately, they were just missing out on a lot of damage. Tried to hold away, but we're gonna eventually get it to crash. So we're seeing a BF Sword Rush, so hopefully that's not IE Rush out of a Sivir. Ooh, Ryan walking right into Lin, brother. That is a level 6 Talon. You're just dead. Oof, Ryan having a rough early game here. Same time, top lane just continuously DCing. One Q. No, he wasn't in alt range, unfortunately. He needed probably 2 Qs and an R to kill there. Kuzan gonna be forced off of the. Having some DC troubles, unfortunately, out of the top lane here. Let's see. He needs to restart his internet. Alright.
A summoner has reconnected.
Alright, it seems like we're finally back. And we're finally going to be able to get underway. Hopefully. W caster? Yes, sir. Some amazing gameplay. Alright, like I said, finally going to be jumping right back into it. They did force off the Void Grubs, but the Lilia was able to pick up the first one, so at least able to get that first, like, little XP gold advantage, because the first one does give most of the XP. Let's see. Let's check out the gold. Hunter in top lane, Hunter in jungle. Pretty, pretty slow game so far. Main one's just the early kill for the Talon. It's only a 300 gold lead in bot lane, says the Sever was able to pick up first blood, so could be worse. Could be a lot worse. Oof. Oh, diving into turret range and forced to flash E out. Fortunately, queued into him in turret range of the stun as well, so. Oof. Spooky actually getting traded on hard here. Doesn't really look like he knows how to play the Aatrox matchup. Aatrox Renekton matchup. If he pops ult, Q flash. Was Dominus gonna come out stun? I don't think you need a flash there, Renekton. E-slow gonna be applied by Kindred. Ooh, curtain calling gonna be coming out of the bot lane here. Unfortunately, just no comms from In Memory of Paul. Orion probably gonna fall here to the ignite. Yeah. Spooky actually go in. A lot of action finally here in the mid lane, or in the early game. Spooky, actually, you don't want that, brother. You're dead. And yeah, that's going to be a solo kill in the top lane. 2 kills for the Tigers in the mid lane. Not going to find a nice hook onto the Braum here, but... Okay, for free, calm down a little bit. I don't know if we should be saying all that in chat. Len gonna get chased down by the support and the jungler of In Memory of Paul, but it's gonna be forced out. A very mobile character, the Talon is. Ooh, nice sidestep. Gonna use the Q to break the bone plating. Gonna dive in with the empowered W, but don't actually want that right now. He has a lot of AD advantage over you. He's just slowly poking you down. Collector already picked up here for the gym, so he is very strong at the moment. So, oh, Spooky action getting jumped in on here. W gonna find its way back, and fortunately no MIA call from the mid lane, so Talon able to find that roam timer. Oof, Len almost gonna die here. One auto will be able to find the kill. So Andy gonna find the quick solo kill here in the mid lane. Gonna pick up that shutdown. Gonna make the lead go down to only 100, 150-ish. Ooh, Sedge Lover, you don't want that, brother. He's gonna, yeah, open up the curtain call. Sedge Lover's probably gonna tank the fourth one with barrier, but no, gonna be able to sidestep it. TP going to be used by the Vargar here, so they're going to try and shut down this Void Grub take. X-Cow caught out in the Event Horizon, but they don't actually have that much damage. Orion going to be forced to pop the ultimate. Sleep going to be used by Lilia, and that's probably going to be just Aatrox cleaning up all these kills. Spooky Action diving in, but just not able to have enough damage, unfortunately. This is a full Blackfire Lilia. That's going to be 3 for 0. And that might be all she wrote for Memory of Paul. They are just kind of slowly whittling away. Ryan's secret agent? Maybe. PayPal check after this game? Maybe. Might need to look into it. Alright, 2 ultimates going to be used by the Tigers here, coming out of Lilia and the Nautilus onto the Braum. Going to be able to pick up that 4th shot onto him. Alright, let's see. Full Cleaver, Profane Hydra picked up here for Aatrox, so this lane's pretty much over. Len already on Ghostblade and sitting on the team mat, so he's just going to be shoving waves on repeat and roaming. Jin already picked up a Jin already picked up the Collector here compared to the IE Rush from the Sivers, so he is a lot stronger at the moment. I don't really think Sivers is a champion they should be rushing IE on. Ooh, Nautilus gonna find a hook onto the Braum here. He's gonna use the shield. They could look to turn onto him. They don't have the ultimate out of the Nautilus there, so they probably could have actually killed there, but Sedge Lover is really low on mana, so they don't want to try anything. Alright, Dragon picked up for the Tigers here. It's going to end up spawning in the Chemtech Dragon. Alright, so not a bad dragon. More more tenacity into Vigar Braum is always nice. And just more healing for Aatrox Lilia. It's always going to feel good. Alright, how does Paul get back into this game? They definitely need to pick up these shutdowns in the side lane. You know, try and get these, try and get the Andy moving around the map. He can maybe pick up a kill or two, because Vigar is still very strong this game. Alright, Vigar can, if he can scale up and reach like 3-4 items, he could definitely be a nuisance, but if they're able to start stacking MR, he's going to become very obsolete very fast. Ooh, hook and force shot going to be used onto the Braum here. He is just getting bounced around. Sipper will be able to at least eat the spell shield. We're trying to get this turret down. Kuzan going to end up taking another turret shot. Ultimate going to be popped by Sedgelover to try and get away. Yumibot might be dead here, though. Force shot just going to slightly miss. Alright, and in response, nothing else is happening for Paul, so you know, you can't really do much because the Aatrox is just way too strong. He's already level 12. You know, Ryan's only on Kraken. Renekton just picked up the Eclipse in base, so they couldn't even return anything to Aatrox on the top side of the map. So that was just free for them. Aatrox going to be able to drop the top tier, tier 1 here, though. So we'll be able to at least get that going. Oh, jeez. Ultimate going to be used by Len here. Barrier going to pop to just save some HP, but yeah, 6k isn't that bad. And Andy's almost on death cap, so if he's able to, you know, get to that before the next dragon... Okay, never mind, dragon spawning in 10 seconds. Ooh, Kinderling potentially caught out here, but no. The only issue with Paul's team is that they don't actually have a good go button. Like, they have to play very reactive. They don't really have something that just lets them go in, like a Nautilus hook or something, or like an Aatrox ult that just allows them to try and run people down. That's my only issue with Paul's team so far. Ooh, Curtain Call going to be popped by the Jhin here just to force them off from the dragon. Same time, Ultimate's going to be popped by both top laners here. Spooky Action has to be careful here. If he doesn't have the E to get out, he won't be able to find it, so XCal will just flash afterwards. You'll be able to pick up that solo kill for him there. Let's go back and see what happened up there. Just fell into a Q3, popped ultimate after he found the W pullback. Spooky action. Just did he have an E? He did have slice and dice, but looks like he wasn't able to find an opportunity to use it. So gonna be able to fall there. Gonna get that free kill, and dragon gonna be picked up for the Tigers. Ultimate gonna be popped by Kinderling to just try and save himself. Flash gonna be used by Kuzan, so a couple summoner spells used, some ultimates, but it doesn't really matter. There's no kill gonna be found in return. Alright, well, Andy at least able to pick up the death cap here, sitting on 700 AP, so he will continue to scale for a decent amount of time here, but I think the only way for Paul to win here is if it goes like 35 minutes plus. I think if it reaches 35 minutes and Sivir is able to get like 3 items, Andy can get to like 3, they could probably be bursted down here. But Talon's going to be a really annoying character to deal with if Andy's not able to get Zhonya's to save him. But they still always have Orion's ultimate to save him. Flash going to be used by Kinderling here to escape. Heal going to be used as well to help maneuver that, but with Len jumping over the wall here, just navigating himself around the event horizon. Aatrox finding a quick flank here, not able to get the Q3 pullback, but will be able to be sniped by the force shot from the curtain call. Spooky action trying to get bursted down here, and that might be a quick 4 for 0 in favor of the Tigers. Yeah, Orion's having a pretty rough game. Didn't expect the Talon burst. I guess he didn't realize he had Hydra already. No, Ivern wasn't banned, but I don't think he likes the Lilia Ivern matchup. I'm pretty sure Lilia wins that just because she outfarms him. Like, Ivern's really good into like AD champions because he can. They usually don't have consistent DPS like Lilia does. That's just like what I can think of as the reason why he'd rather go for Kindred. Ooh, Zer's stepping up really far. Could have probably potentially got his flash blown there. See, how much is this blocking right now? Like around like 300 damage blocks on activation, so we'll be able to potentially save the Jhin. And this feels really bad. Ultimate gonna be popped by the Sivir, potentially found Zer caught out, but it's probably gonna be Kinderling dying for him. Orion gonna pick up the kill here, so we get some gold back into his pocket at least, but honestly it's a worthwhile trade because they got top tier 2 and they just got bot tier 2, so you know, you lose your support life, but you lose 1400 gold in side lane turrets. Holy hell. One auto just did like 800 damage to that Sivir. Lilia's sleep going to be used onto Orion, but only one going to be found. He's going to be able to escape with his life somehow. But geez, that Jhin is hurting badly. This is a 3-item Jhin. Jhin is probably one of the best AD carries on the patch right now. Len jumping over the wall. Going to find their quick kill onto Andy. We will return at least the kill back, but probably... I mean, it's a 1k onto Andy, but who really cares? Like, you're down, you know, 12k. It's like that Chris Paul meme. You know, Chris Paul hits the three to cut the lead down to 44. Like, is it really doing that much? Oopsie. Let's see. Chemtech, third Chemtech Dragon gonna be picked up here, or second for the Tigers, but don't expect much. Len just catching Sedgelover caught out in a side lane. He's probably tilted. He just wants this game to be over. He was 1-1. He did his job, but fortunately, just the rest of the map kind of fell apart. Zach just going to get caught out by the Jin W. And try to chase him down, but the Aatrox just having a fun time here. Nautilus going to find the hook onto Andy here. It's trying to be, you know, kept alive, but Len will just come in with the Talon, be able to pick up that kill. One kill going to Sedgelover at least, but he's trying his hardest. He's dancing all around, but they just don't have the damage, unfortunately. Spooky action trying to go in on a Zaire, but just that's a fasting croc, okay? Brother, Ramadan ended like 2 months ago, okay? It's gonna be all she wrote, 23-5 in favor of the Tigers in 28 minutes. Alright, you can get the stats page here for anybody that wants to see it. Alright. Alright, let's see. So we do have Recklats back in for In-Memory Paul. Who knows, maybe this time it might go a little different for them now that they have their captain back on the team. We're gonna be jumping into game 2 though, but like I said last time, we are only gonna be using format 1 for the ban phase, so the 5 champions that each team played will be banned for just them, not for the whole lobby. Alright, Caitlyn gonna be banned out. Not surprised there. Acel gonna be banned away from Andy. Caitlyn, Twitch, and probably Samira, I would assume. Baran gonna be banned away. Probably Viego's gonna be their final ban there. No, they're gonna ban out the Zeri, so don't want Zeri on that, but Zeri is not one of the champions that's really benefited from the recent AD carry changes. She's actually like one of the worst AD carries in the game. But, you know, it's still Zer, so don't want to give that over to her. He is very, very good at the champion. Vego going to be the final ban here. No surprise there. Don't want to give Rek'Lats his main character. Very broken champion. But instead, just going to lock in the Poppy B1. Okay, I guess I want to put something, you know, on a facilitator. But Poppy as a blind pick isn't good unless you're able to flex it. And Poppy blind isn't good as well because it's very easy to just make her useless if you just don't draft champions with a lot of mobility. But instead they're going to respond with Braum Kog'Maw blind. Okay, that is very surprising. I guess they just know that they don't really play like a poke heavy bot lane. Now, with Braum Kog'Maw blind here, it is very easy to punish them if you just pick a lane that likes to push hard, like Varus, and then like a poke champion like maybe Zyra, just constantly shoving them under turret would probably be your best bet. Try and get some priority. They are going to pick up the Ashe here early, so we're going to get spooky action or Sedge Lover onto his champion. Lucian Nami if they want to, but they just Sedge Lover and Yuumi bot aren't Lucian Nami players, unfortunately. Darius gonna be blind picked here by spooky actions, so he was able to get his 1-2 champions. Let's see if he is able to pilot it better than the Renekton from last game. And Wukong gonna be picked up here. So Wukong used to be the matchup for Darius. It was like a very common counter pick. Now it's still a pretty decent matchup, especially after recent buffs to Wukong. But I don't know. It could be very coin flippy. If Wukong falls behind, like to a gank or two, or just ends up getting solo killed, it's not going to be fun for him. Especially playing Wukong into Ashe Poppy. You know, typically Wukong's really good if you can flex it to the jungle and keep that as a counter pick, or like, you know, a flex pick. Especially for like range heavy team comps. Like if you have 3 like range characters, Wukong like feasts on that because he loves immobile champions. But Darius and Poppy aren't very fun for him. And Nivea and Volibear are going to be the final 2 bans for the Tigers. Alright, the final 2 bans for Paul is going to be the Zed and then a Fury, so makes me think that they want to go for an immobile mage there in the mid lane. Ooh, Ivern left open. And now Kuzan has been playing a lot of Ivern after the recent surgence from Yike in the MSI tournament. So instead, nope, just gonna say fuck Ivern. We're gonna go for Karthus instead. So Karthus, okay, Karthus. If you want to go Karthus, you need an AD mid laner, but with Zed and Fury both banned out, Talon already banned out from last game, the only few AD mids that are left are like Yone and Kiana, Yasuo. I guess they could go Yasuo Wukong, especially into Hui now. You know, you're able to block a lot of the damage from Hui if you do go Yasuo, so If they want to lock down in the mid lane, they could go for it, but I doubt it. What will be the final ban here for final pick for the Tigers? And Xerath. Xerath going to be locked in here, so Kog'Maw, Xerath, Karthus, and Braum is a lot of magic damage. Very magic damage heavy. Now, Kog'Maw does do physical damage, yes, but it's like a 60-40 split. He does a lot of magic damage, so Skarner, Darius, and Poppy are going to be pretty hard to kill this game if they're able to stack up some MR. So, I really don't like B wanting Poppy support unless you're keeping that as a flex. Like, I would have liked to see it just be flexed to I can't. I guess like you could do like Poppy top Darius jungle and then like leave support there for last pick. Like you get the Poppy for the Wukong. It's a counter matchup for the Poppy. You know, you get Darius who can, you know, kind of actually match Karthus in his clear. He actually has a pretty fast clear. And then you could still get something that can like actually poke in lane. Like Poppy's like completely useless outside of Wukong. Like if you try and engage onto Braum Kog'Maw, you're just gonna get hit by a single auto or Q from Braum and just get chased down by Kog'Maw. Now the only thing I can see them going for is they're gonna try and play a roaming style. So they're gonna have like a Poppy moving around the map, trying to facilitate rather than just dealing with them in lane, trying to allow Ashe to just play under turret. Because, you know, Kog'Maw Braum doesn't actually have the best dive potential. Yeah, all these people, it's not very good unless you like if you're against like an enchanter, like a Soraka or Sona, and that you can actually take advantage of the kill threat that like Caleb Blade's Poppy provides early, then maybe, yeah, if you want to like hard snowball, but then at that point, why are you picking Poppy instead of just playing like Pyke? I don't know. They all think that they're, yeah, that's the issue. So you need something that can like, you need something that can get shove. Like you just have to constantly shove them in and then just like bush cheese with like Hex Flash and just hope that they walk near a wall and then just try and chunk them down. I don't know. They all see pros playing and they don't know why they're picking it. Alright, finally gonna be loading into game, and surprising, we're gonna be seeing the TP out of the Wukong. So Wukong without Ignite against Darius is, you kind of need the Ignite in the matchup. That's what really gives you the edge over the Darius. Grass Skarner. The win rates, brother. The win rates provide it. Ooh, gonna be caught out on the invade here. I don't know if they saw them. I think they only think that spooky action's in this bush. We might be able to see something. They're waiting till Kuzan. Just be patient, be patient, be patient, guys, be patient! Braum going to find the Q onto Andy here, able to get 2 quick stacks. Their Excal going to be forced to flash away. Spooky action might be able to make Wukong bleed. He will be able to finally bleed, but it's going to be Kog'Maw picking up the kill in response. Yumibot is very low. Probably going to be forced to flash here. He's tried to E forward. Good lord. Flash after flash. That's a double kill for Kog'Maw. Xerath going to pick up 1 of the kill. A triple kill for Kog'Maw, and they should probably just give this to Reklats, or not Reklats, to Kuzan. So it's going to be a 5-for-2 invade here early. Kog'Maw is now up 900 gold over the Ashe, starting with the pickaxe. Probably game over off that fight, not going to lie. Well, G2 versus TES, Kiaba! Yeah, that's terrible. Guys, why is my Kog'Maw up a pickaxe level 1? Let's see how this lane goes. No, I have a cold right now. So, I'm sorry if I start coughing. I mute my mic as soon as I'm able to, but can't get it always. Yes, I died of cringe to the level 1 invade. I say we might be watching TES in action here. Xer getting chunked out pretty decently well. Kinderling probably going to fall here, so wow. Poppy actually able to get some good use early. Reklat's going for an early gank onto Len. This is a flashless Skarner, or flashless Xerath, and there's going to be the early pressure from Reklats. Excal going to get the passive stacked on him. Going to lose half health. I wonder if Skarner will just run straight top lane here, try and force out the TP. Alright, Xerath picking up the Faded Ashes here early. I won't say anything. Yeah, Xerath's starting to hurt already. This item gives so much damage. Holy hell, this is an 800 gold item. This is 800, right? I don't actually know the price. I think it's 900. Yeah, 30 AP and 20 magic damage, or 15 magic damage per ability. That's actually pretty broken of a spell, or an item. Skarner are going to potentially look for another mid gank here. You know, they want to abuse the Xerath. Reklat's just going to walk right past him. Going to just sidestep both of the spells. Going to lose about half his health and has no mana now, but Andy probably going to be forced to flash away here. Got a quick 3-man here in the mid lane, and we are already seeing the Andy show here early. Excal does have to be careful because Reklats is on the side of the map. I just presume he's going to take a reset now. Has TP to get back to lane. He knows he's reset, so he should try and shove that wave as fast as he can. See, yeah, he does shove the wave, so we'll be able to get that under turret. I wonder if Wukong will be able to freeze it in time. Wukong pulls this wave. It's going to be a rough time for Darius. Darius has to stay or else his wave's completely screwed. Now, is level 6. Does have to be careful, though, because if Xcal is able to hit level 6, he could look for an all-in here. Spooky action is about 20 seconds off flash, so won't have to worry about that. With Karthus here on the top side of the map, should be... He's a little wary. He doesn't want to walk up too far. Gonna walk up for the cannon, though. Has to pop Ghost to get away. Xcal just gonna use the Cyclone and the Flash as well, and that's gonna be a free kill for the for the Wukong. Fortunately, yeah, I just saw it kind of from a mile away. Didn't shove the next wave as fast as he could, and just gets all in. Yes, Guangdong won game 1. Recollette's looking for another potential gank here. Actually shows. I guess they don't notice it. Pinging towards a camp that's not there, brother. Karthus is already on Voidlings. Dragon is going to be started here for Paul, though, so to be able to pick up that and a Mountain Dragon is definitely feels very bad. Because that's just going to make them a lot more tankier for any resistances that they end up buying. Quick trading here in the top lane. Oh, Xcal gonna looking for the all-in here. Not able to get the Q heal from the... not able to get the Q flash, so... Xcal gonna find another solo bolo under the Darius. Unfortunately, just pushing a bit too far forward. I'm trying to go forward onto the Poppy here. Reklad's getting caught out here in the enemy jungle. He is going to fall. It's going to be another kill picked up for Wukong here, so... Game is pretty much over for the Darius at this point of the game. Yeah. Looking very sus. Now spooky action so far forward. Cyclone not available for Xcal, but without a flash here, I don't think he really cares. We'll trade, won't even trade 1-for-1. We'll end up just falling to the Karthus. Ultimate going to be used by the Ashe here. Trying to dive in onto the Braum. Both the ultimate from the Xerath and the Karthus here trying to respond in, trying to trade back in response to it, but won't be able to find anything. Just going to be the support for the Tigers falling. Alright, let's check out some of these gold graph. 300 gold lead in the top lane. Already on a clip, so at least has that iron advantage. About 600 in the jungle, 100 in the mid lane, pretty much even. At the same time, we got the Wukong jumping in onto spooky action here. Cyclone going to be used. Has to get one more Q off. Won't be able to find it, unfortunately. But just going to force the Darius back, and now he's under threat of being dove. I think one E auto WQ just dead, and he's just gonna be able to get away. Braum and Karth is gonna escort the Wukong out, and it's looking rough for Paul right now. Yeah, I'm gonna be a 2-for-1 in favor of Tigers there. Wukong able to find another solo kill on the top side. Dragon going to be going over to Karthus, so able to at least stack that up and deny a faster soul point. Hextech Dragon going to be summoned here. Ooh, TP going to be summoned by Andy, so they're going to try and look for something on the bot side of the map. I don't think it really matters, because Braum's just too tanky. Not able to find Zare basing in that brush, so he's able to escape with his life. -1.
team's turret has been destroyed. Red team double kill.
Alright, it looks like the Tigers are going for the final push onto the base. They have the Baron buff. Trying to find some endgame fight here. Darius gonna end up falling. Schooner going in, gonna get DPS down after the Barom stun. Yumi bot trying to escape to their base. Sledge level gonna fall. It's gonna be a triple kill for the Wukong right there at the end of the game. 36 to 20 with the Tigers pulling off a quick 2-0 upset. Alright. 36 to 20. Now, quick MVP. I think, I don't even remember how game one went. I think, let's see, Jin got really far ahead. I'd probably just end up giving it to Zaire. I think he played really well. Maybe even Xcal, but I don't really think giving it to a sub is all that. But they all played really well. Honestly, you could make a case for any of them. Alright. Yeah, I'd probably just end up giving it to Zaire. He played really well both games, but like I said, they all did, so you could make a case for anyone. Like I said, it's going to be at 2-0 in favor of the Tigers over in memory of Paul. Probably not going to do an interview because my head is utterly pounding. I didn't even talk for the last like 20 minutes. I was laying down in my bed. Sorry about the subpar cast. I am sick at the moment, like I said, so I apologize. But congrats to the Tigers for the 2-0 victory. I don't know if any other games have been scheduled yet this week. I could check. The next officially scheduled game is this Sunday at 7 p.m. It's going to be Wits Enders versus Boston Tea Party.